In the early 20th century, this small county helped power the entire nation, feeding the steel mills, fueling both world wars, and shaping the modern industrial age. Presidents visited here. Investors poured in. It was a symbol of American strength until the system it helped build left it behind. When coal demand plummeted, it didn't just take the jobs. It crushed communities. It turned proud workers into desperate survivors and left behind one of the poorest, most overlooked regions in the United States today. In this documentary, we're diving deep into McDowell's history and current reality to uncover how it rose, how it fell, and how people are still trying to survive. You'll witness the crumbling coal towns, hear the echoes of a forgotten boom, and see how this single county tells the larger story of America's abandoned places. I encourage you to watch this entire video without skipping any parts, because you might just miss the most important and beautiful details I've carefully included to help you understand a story bigger than just West Virginia. This is about survival, about dignity, and about what happens when the American dream runs out of coal. Welcome to Peace Word. Make a difference with every click. Subscribe, like, and share our videos to help feed those in need. Your support matters. Join our community and let's create positive change together. Once upon a time, this land rumbled with purpose. Coal wasn't just a resource, it was the heartbeat of McDowell. Every morning, the mountains echoed with the roar of miners heading underground. Fathers, sons, even children at one point, digging into the earth to power someone else's dream far away.
As a person from West Virginia, what's it like growing up here?
I like that I growed up here because, like, this area, like, it's almost kind of like a time capsule in a way, still kind of set back in its days, so to say. People's real loyal around here, like outside people they don't let in as easy. Say you walking down the road or through somebody's yard or something,
Yeah.
that'd be a little bit different. But you know, just like growing up, that's,
Yeah, we're in a public gas station.
they're friendly, stuff like that. But like, I mean, I'm glad I growed up around here. Taught me a lot of good morals.
Right, that's when I say I guess it's something to see if you want to see that what run down McDowell County be. Like I say, back then you had big politicians stealing the money, taking the money, and doing whatever they got to do with it, greasing their pockets. So the county goes down. You ain't putting no nothing into it, no revenue or nothing. It's going down. The whole county going down. And the ones they got now probably is doing the same. I don't see nothing they doing. So,
Okay.
yeah.
In the 1950s, McDowell was one of the richest counties in West Virginia. More than 100,000 people lived here. Main Street was packed. Barbershops, diners, movie theaters. Back then, being from McDowell meant something. It meant work, it meant pride. But look around now. Empty schools, boarded up homes, downtowns turned to silence. So, what happened? It wasn't just that coal jobs disappeared, it was the way they disappeared. Suddenly, violently, the companies pulled out, left nothing behind but broken economies and broken trust. No safety nets, no reinvestment, just vanishing payrolls and empty promises. The machines replaced the miners. And the people, they were left to fend for themselves in a town built for an industry that no longer needed them. When the coal companies vanished, they didn't just take jobs, they took the soul of McDowell County with them. With no work came no money. With no money came no investment. And with no investment came decline. Businesses shut down, hospitals closed, trains stopped rolling, and people, they packed up and left. In just a few decades, McDowell went from over 100,000 people to barely 17,000. That's an 80% population loss. Almost no place in America has seen anything like it.
pull out because it is so poor. You know, we had Kimball area is probably the poorest. Through there is going into Bluefield. You'll find a lot of poverty. Things to do, they have Welch Emergency Hospital. It's not things to do, but it's a nice hospital if you need to. There's a movie theater. There's some restaurants. There used to be a bowling alley, but they closed that. Like I said, there's not a lot of it.
I give up on it.
Entire towns were left frozen in time. Some houses still have furniture inside. Calendars still on the walls from the 1980s. Like everyone just disappeared overnight. And those who stayed behind, they've had to learn how to survive in a place the system gave up on. Because when the industries walked away, so did the government. Now imagine growing up in a place where the nearest hospital is over an hour away, where a trip to the grocery store feels like crossing a state line. That's not exaggeration. That's McDowell. The nearest Walmart, 42 miles. Access to clean drinking water, still a challenge for some. And the local pharmacy, it's long gone. But it's not just about what's missing. It's about what filled the gaps. Drugs, crime, and desperation. When hope vanished, opioids flooded in. Pills were handed out like candy. And before anyone knew it, addiction swallowed entire families.
It really started showing up in about the mid-90s, and by about 97, 98, we were pretty much decimated by it in the way that I've lost family members, friends, band members. I can take you right now to a spot at the Yeager Cemetery in Roderfield and show you a section up there where all my friends and family are all buried around each other.
Not because people were weak, but because they were hurting, and the system gave them nothing else to turn to. And just like the coal once poisoned the land, this new crisis has poisoned the people. Some people here refuse to give in. A few old Union men still gather at the town diner, sharing stories of the good days, when a job in the mine meant pride, security, and purpose. But now, their sons and grandsons either left or lost themselves. There were local leaders who tried to rebuild, turning abandoned schools into community centers. A few churches opened their doors for shelter and hope. But hope here isn't enough to fill an empty fridge. Others turn to crime, breaking into homes for copper wire, scrapping metal just to afford food, or worse, another hit. And as buildings collapsed, so did trust in anything or anyone. The people of McDowell weren't just left behind, they were erased. And still, some stayed, not because they had to, but because they couldn't imagine calling anywhere else home.